Digiscrap map, finding your way in digital scrapbooking. Digiscrap map, finding your way in digital scrapbooking.
Hey y'all, here we are
Oh
at
my
the
goodness!
Digiscrap map, and I'm going to be introducing you to our guest today here in just a moment. Let me pull our intro uh, off so you can at least see me first. Um, our guest today is hiding right behind our logo here. And very happy to have just met her and spent the last hour chatting with her. And I think you're going to enjoy meeting her too. And my thing is not working very well. There we go. Um, Today we have with us Vicky Laursen. And many of you probably know her, but don't even know her by name. She is the owner of Digiscrap Depot, and she's been a great asset to many of us here in the digital scrapbooking community. But before why don't you go ahead and say hi, Vicky?
Hi!
But before we do that, I want to mention for those that are not logged in, um, please try to log in. I see we have 5 people that are not logged in. That way you can actually ask questions in the chat room, or you can also ask them in the uh, a social media stream. But to log in, you need a free Ustream account, and we'd like to see everybody logged in. We've got 15 people here right now, so that's a great start, and hopefully we'll get some more um, as the time goes by, which seems to be what happens. I'm trying to do too many things at once. Okay, Vicky, you want to just tell us a little bit about yourself? Tell us Denmark hottie. Terry, thank you.
Okay.
I think Vicky is very pretty. I think I said the same thing when she first came onto my video. So go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself, Vicky, about your children and your family and where you live.
Okay. Hi, everybody. Thanks for coming to my chat. I'm kind of nervous, so bear with me. Yes, it's true. I'm in Denmark, and I met my husband via the internet in a user group. Um, it was regarding work. It wasn't just any old chat room, but it was regarding work, and that's how we met, and we worked together. And then eventually I came to Denmark, and I have 4 children, and 2 live in the States with their father, and 2 live here in Denmark. And that's what I'm doing in Denmark.
We're gonna be.
And now I'm in nursing school.
You're going to nursing school.
Yeah, in Danish. So it's quite a challenge.
How long have you lived there?
I've lived here 7 years now.
And you had
And,
to learn the language when you got there?
right. Mm-hmm. Learned Danish, and uh, yeah, just to get around. I was so afraid to go outside, thinking I would get lost, and so I didn't go outside for a while because I was so nervous. And finally, I just like, okay, I need to learn the language, and so I did, and now I go everywhere. So it helps.
How long did it take you before you felt comfortable knowing the language?
Mm, 1 year.
A year.
Yeah, 1 years. I mean, the young people speak English. Anybody over 50 does not, though. Not really.
So
Uh,
they're teaching
older
English.
generation.
So they're teaching English in the schools.
Correct. Yeah, it's a mandatory second language is English in the schools. I think around 4th grade. Yeah, so everybody knows a minimal amount of English. They're not fluent like I am in the Danish because I've been studying Danish longer, but they do know English. If you get lost, they can help you. And yeah, so, but going to nursing school is definitely challenging. Speaking Danish, it's very challenging, but I love it. So. Hope to move back to the States soon, though. I'm homesick. But anyway, we did start Digiscrap Depot in 2007. And if you want, I can talk a little bit about why.
Sure, go ahead. Tell us why.
Okay. Um, yeah, I was just online looking for graphics, and then I found out that there was something called Digiscraps, and I loved paper scrapping. I wasn't really into it; like I didn't have a lot of crafts at home, but I thought, okay, well, this is a great, money saver. I can do my Digiscrapping, my paper scrapping online, and that's how everybody usually starts. And then I was spending hours and hours and hours compiling, a database of all the freebies that I found online, and it was taking me a long time. And one thing I valuable is I value, and so I just started compiling all my freebies and getting to know the designers and whatnot. And there were a couple. There were a couple at that time freebie sites, not many though. A lot have come and gone. IKEA Scrap, she was one of the first that I got freebies from actually. So, anyways, my husband being a programmer, I said, why don't you? He was making a bunch of small applications and whatnot, and I said, can you make me a site where I can organize my freebies so it's easier for me to find them? And that was the beginning of the site. And I thought, how cool! We should put this online so everybody can use this. So it's basically just a way to be able to sort freebies by dates, and it was basically, because I needed to see the freebies. That's why I wanted it so bad, And I was lucky enough to have my husband being a programmer that he was able to do it for me.
Yeah.
So yeah.
He's been a blessing to a lot of us in the digital scrapbooking world, and he's probably not even into scrapbooking.
He doesn't want to talk about it.
He enjoys your pages, though, doesn't he? Does he enjoy seeing your pages?
No, he doesn't.
No.
What? He does not want anything to do with Digiscrapping.
But when we meet him later, we're gonna love on him.
Nice. We're gonna. Yeah. He's like, what is this? And I said, oh, I need this new feature on Digiscrap Depot, and you gotta do this. And he's like, okay, is that a need or a want? And I have to argue for the feature and say, well, why it would be cool, or he's like, okay, so so 3 people said that would be cool, and you want to make that. And I'm just like, well, gee, you put it that way, and I get all sad, but I try my best to get him to make the stuff that I want to see happen at Digiscrap Depot. And so far, I think so. It's kind of good.
And we're going to be showing everybody here in just a little bit the new beta site, because she has convinced him to roll out a whole bunch of new things, and I have a list of them here, and we're going to be actually peeking at it, and we're going to be letting you go peek at it if you want. The new beta site. In fact, it just got uploaded a few hours ago, so it is really fresh, just in time for the chat, and we're excited.
Can you smell that newness?
It's got that new car smell.
The new car smell. When we bring it out, everybody go.
Uh-oh, I'm gonna get an allergy attack. Am I gonna get allergies coming on over here?
I don't think so. I don't think any of us are allergic to freebies.
No way.
Lesbon Zitty says, ooh, insider info. How do you say her? I'm just going to call her Les. Or him. Les Bonnie. There are 7 guests. Let me remind you all, if you log in, you'll be able to talk in the chat room and be able to ask Vicky your own questions here in just a minute. But we're so happy to see everybody who is logged in too. This is going to be a great chat. I want to share something with you. Vicky says that, well, let me get this. I'm going to end up covering Vicky up here in just a minute. Let me get this and pull it up. Let's look at where Vicky lives. Because I don't know about you, but I'm really bad at geography. I'm going to, that was her current site. We're going to be looking at that. We're going to go to maps.google.com. And while that's doing that, I'm going to make it bigger so y'all can see. I think I'm going to make it bigger. I didn't type something right.
Tommy, get your typing fingers working, please. Type, woman, type.
Okay, let's start over. I went and did this myself. Maps.
No, beta, right?
Google.com. No, I'm going to a different site. I'm going to go look at where you live.
Okay.
And it comes up for me here in the States, but if I type right here, it says, I'm going to type in here Denmark. Because I think it's just awesome how all of us here can come together from all over the world. And so far we are getting people from many different locations. And here is Denmark. You can see it right there. I'm putting my cursor on it, but my cursor's pretty small. And so what
Try and zoom in.
Well, what I want to do first is zoom out so everybody can kind of see where it's located. When you zoom out once, you see the United Kingdom here, and then right to the right of that is Denmark, and below that you have Germany. And so we have the United Kingdom and Ireland to the left of it, and if you zoom out a little bit more, you're able to see where it is in location to the United States. So I'm over here, right over here in the middle of the United States, and we're chatting with Vicky all the way over here in Denmark, which is, it looks small now, right next to the United Kingdom, to the right of the United Kingdom. And she wanted me to zoom in. You want me to zoom in now?
Yeah.
Oh, I think I zoomed in too far.
It's okay. I'm located right at the top of Denmark, on the very tip, in a little town called Aalborg. It looks like Aalborg. The very tip top.
Do I need to go up?
I keep going up. Yeah, and then a little bit in the center there.
Oh,
and
here.
it says Aalborg.
I see it right there. So you
That's my home.
You have a river going right through there.
It's a ford.
It's a what?
A ford. Ford.
Ford. I don't know if I know what that is.
It's like a, yeah, it's not a river, but it's like a not even a bay. It's more than that. Never mind.
I bet you
it's just a patch of water.
I bet you that provides you with a lot of good photo opportunities.
Oh, definitely. We're in next week we're having the Tall Ships Race, which is the old time like Ford Tiers sails and whatnot sailboats coming here. So it's going to be very, very beautiful.
I have something I want to share with you. It's kind of a little surprise, but I think it's going to be fun for everybody to see. This is a video off of that was put on YouTube, and this guy here, he went to my son's college, was attending college, and he was going to I don't know. His occupation, he wanted to go into the media, the TV media or the video media, and so he was putting out these shows, okay? And I think this is pretty funny. My husband reminded me of this. And so we're going to just skip ahead, and my son actually ended up on this show. He went around, this is a show about geography, and this man went around to various students and asked them ask them geography questions, and their answers were just so funny. Every time I watch this, I laugh. But he actually asked my son a question about Denmark. And so I thought this was just appropriate to share, and I hope everybody gets a good laugh. This is not my son, but the next guy is.
Yeah, Atlantic. What's the other one? Pacific.
How many oceans of the 12? How many have you been to?
2.
2. Good.
No, because there's the Red Sea, right?
Right.
And then this, because that's an ocean, isn't it?
Right.
Right. Is it?
Right. Yeah. All right. Who am I talking about today?
Logan.
All right. And what year are you in school here?
Freshman.
We got a freshman. Okay. What are people from Denmark called?
Denmarkians.
Denmarkians. Right. What are people from Denmark called?
Denmarkian.
Denmarkian. What are people from Denmark called?
I don't know. Weird.
Weird. Okay. Can you tell me who's on Mount Rushmore?
Yeah, 4 presidents.
And what 4 presidents would that be?
Washington. Washington. A couple of other ones. I don't know. One's on the nickel.
One of them's on the nickel.
Franklin, right?
Franklin, yes. The President Franklin.
This is. Oh, man. Hopefully my mom won't see this. I don't know, man. I gotta take another history class, I guess.
All right. What is the world's tallest mountain?
Mount Everest?
Mount Everest. Where's Mount Everest?
In Great Britain?
In Great Britain. How many oceans are there?
3,
3,
4,
3,
7.
7.
7 seas.
7 seas. Can you name them?
Pacific, Atlantic. No.
Okay.
I'll stop that there, because that last one there was my son. So let me ask, do they call the people in Denmark Denmarkians?
No. Thanks.
But oh, you answered it. I was going to see if anybody in the chat room knew.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Were they laughing in the chat room? Oh, Vicky says Danes. She already answered. I'm looking in the chat room. So they're called Danes?
Danes, yeah. Great Danes.
And what language do they speak?
They speak Danish.
Danish.
And no, you cannot buy a Danish in Denmark. It's an American snack.
Oh, it is. A Danish.
Yeah, a Danish is an American thing. A phenomenon. But the cookies in the tins, those Danish sugar cookies, those are very popular here.
Christy says that's sadly hilarious. Well, the whole show is up on YouTube, and I just wanted to show you the part about Denmark, and especially since my son called you a Denmarkian. I thought that was funny.
Oh, that's okay. I'm back.
Okay, let's get to looking at your site. Does everybody want to look at the new beta site for Vicky?
We want to see. We want to see.
Yeah!
Okay, this is
Whoa.
what the current site looks like. You guys, I can't do this and watch the chat room. So if there's questions in the chat room as we go through
I'll
this,
catch them.
catch them for us. But this is what her site looks like now, and I'm actually logged in, and you can go to the freebies tab here. And it's taken me a bit to load, but here is the current way where you have the freebies that you can click on and then go find links to the sites where the actual downloads are at. If you want to click right here, you can add your own freebie, and for many of you probably already familiar with this. I am not logged in anymore. That's because I ran my sea cleaner earlier. But I'm not going to bother to log in right now. I'll make sure I'm logged in the beta. Um, and if you go down here, this is the way I like to do it. You can search by date added. And here are the freebies that were added today. You can see there was 19 added today already. And most of these, there's 58 on this day, 36, looks like between upper 20s to upper 60s.
There's an average at the bottom of the page there. It says, on average, how many are being added every day? If you look in that list.
Right there, it says an average 46.8 each day. That's pretty
And
cool.
we'd like to see more.
And so you can find great freebies here. And then, for instance, if you click on this one, and I don't know who this person is. Maybe Rosa Roney will be on our show someday. And then click here.
It's Osa Honey. She's very well-known digital scrapbooker designer. She's very talented.
She looks talented. And then you click here, and this will take you out to her site where you can find the freebie. And then we have the shop currently. What's in this? This is stuff you sell, Vicky?
That's our shop that's on hiatus right now while I'm in school until I get some more time where I can run the shop.
Don't you sell
somewhere else? No, this is the Digiscrap Depot shop. I made that graphic, and it's very eco-friendly. But yeah, it's empty right now, and we're just continuing that link on the new site because it's not going right now. So yeah, we stopped that just for right now.
I thought you sold some. I thought I have an action from you for saving alphabets. Is that not up in a store somewhere?
That's not my work. I can't take credit for that. But I do like actions. I'm in action. I love to collect scripts and actions. And, yeah. Like I said, I get a lot of freebies.
Here's the forum, and I thought there was a lot more here than this.
Yeah.
Click here.
There's one. Yeah, exactly. If you go in there, then there's the forum underneath that.
And then we have events on this tab. We're just reviewing the old one so we can kind of remember what it looked like. If you want to go in here and add your events, you can do that. Do you want to tell them about that?
Basically, it's just a calendar where you can go ahead and add anything that's happening like you do on Facebook. All your events can go on this calendar. We have over 150,000 hits every month. So a lot of people see the site, and you can see now no one's using the calendar function. So it's kind of going to waste.
And then you have your gallery. Go ahead and tell us what they use the gallery for.
You have the gallery, and the gallery is huge. It's just really being used a lot. It's one of our main features besides the freebies. Everybody loves to use the freebies and then upload their layouts of what they made, and they love to show them off. There's beautiful layouts in here. If you click one, then you can write a comment and rate it. A lot of people use the gallery for the people who are on creative teams. They'll go in here and upload their galleries, their layouts that they did for new kits that are coming out, for example. There's some really talented designers here. So the gallery is something we really wanted to expand upon in the new site because we know there's a lot of traffic there.
And so this person, I can rate her layout and say it's excellent, and go on here and say you are live at www.digiscrapmap.com. How do you think she's going to like that comment? Will she get notified of that comment?
She should.
Does it come into her by email?
It should, if it was working properly, which is probably not right now. But in the new site, that function should work. See, a lot of the small things that should be working aren't working. So we programmed it from the bottom and made this new site, which I
Okay.
hope you all will like.
So here is the new site, and you can see it's much cleaner. I like the way it looks, a lot cleaner. And if you want to visit it, you can visit it now. But don't go too far away from the chat room because we want you to ask questions. But if you want to open it up in another browser window, you can do so. It's at beta.digiscrapdepot.com. We're too busy listening and exploring the site, she says. And Vicky put that link there in the chat room. It's beta.digiscrapdepot.com. And so you can go there and review this. Now I have some notes here. I think I just closed them out. Hold on one second. Let me find them again. We're going to go through this site and look at all the new things together with Vicky. And let me get back over there.
Miss Multitasker Extraordinaire we're experiencing right now.
We're going to look at, you can have your DSD, Digiscrap Depot user profile. So I'm going to go, where am I going to go for that, Vicky? Up to the member page?
Let's look at that.
This
is new for me too. Now I'm logged in.
I gotta log in.
Yep, member page. Ooh, ah.
Oh, there we go.
Ooh, ah.
Thanks.
And you say that if you're not shy, you can make a designer video bio. That's pretty cool. Where do we go to find that?
Okay, well, when you go into, let's see, somewhere here, you should be able to attach a YouTube video. I can put that in the forum where you get to do that.
We have the gallery here, and so
ooh, galleries are fun.
Now is this the same as the what the gallery at the other one? Is that the same as this gallery link?
It's kind of the same. When you can hide and show your gallery items. So you weren't able to do that in the other one. This is new. So if you click on the eye on one of the gallery items,
click on the eye, and it changes the visibility. We can see how that has kind of lowered the opacity there, so it's no longer visible in the gallery. And if I click on it again, it's now visible. This is a layout of my grandpa who was in World War II. And then we have blog here on the next one. Last 3 entries on user's blog, but I don't have any entries here.
Can I just ask, we have some issues with showing the site. Can I ask what our users, what are they using for browser? Okay.
It got really quiet. Ooh.
They're all off looking at it. I'm trying to get my chat room back up.
Everybody's saying they're having problems seeing the images.
On our screen?
I believe they're meaning the actual website. I'm not sure if they mean I don't know if they mean the video here. I think they mean the website.
Because I can make this bigger. I can go up, zoom in to like 125%. If this helps them. Does that help?
That helps me, but I don't know about the other people. One thing about the site, can I just mention to our chat or status that because the site is still being updated, it may take time to get to where you're at to update, right, honey? That's how Thomas explained it.
Yeah, that would be how to say it.
So there's a little delay. So you're on the correct site. It's just going to take a little time. It's kind of refreshing, but slowly.
People are.
The search engines and whatever, it has to map through all the various places to get to all of you at your various different computers. That's what she's trying to say, because this just went live. He just uploaded this a couple hours ago, and so there may be a few issues that'll smooth out as all of the various servers out there, that's the word I guess I'm looking for, begin to link it all up to get you to where you need to go.
Oh, the joys of beta. Don't you love it?
Let me have this recorded so people can go back and look at this video. So that's perfect.
Right. And I did try it in Safari earlier, and I just had X's on it, and her husband is going to be working on that. But I have it up in Internet Explorer, and it is working fine.
And like I said, I think it's where you're at in the world,
Right. So here are the favorites, and I've actually marked 2 of them as favorites. One happens to be, well, they're actually both people I'm familiar with. Then we click on freebies, and you can see I have a lot of them up here, but they are all
these are your freebies?
Yeah, these are mine, but they're all inactive because, I put them up for a short time and then I take them down. Now, is there any way to delete these out of here totally? That was something I wished I could do at the old site.
I will tell the programmer. Pass that on?
Yeah.
If you go back to the other page where you're just at, hit back.
Or I'll scroll up.
Well, I need to do something live, something that's showing. Yeah, can you hit your back button?
Do you want me to make something live?
Sure.
Change the visibility on this is the last one I had up. Right here?
Sure.
Will that work?
Yeah, that's good. Okay, now click it. Click into the picture.
Uh-huh.
Is that coming up?
Uh-huh, sure is. This is a template that I had out for free on February 3rd.
Okay, if you scroll up to the top there, then there's a new Facebook feature where you can like. This is huge for us because we're all about creating links and linking to the internet. And if you like that, then it goes automatically to your, well, not automatically, first you have to allow our site to post it on your Facebook.
Ooh, I love Facebook linking. Woohoo!
But I see Twitter here. It says tweet this and email. And this is the button to save it to your favorites. You can print it. And what's under more services? There we go. You can
do everything with
it. Here's Bitly, which I recognize. There's more things in here than I know what they are.
Everything but the kitchen sink.
Oh, look, you can even scroll. There's more than you...
Is there Blogger on there?
There is, right here. Look at Blogger.
Woo!
There are more here than I even...
More than what you know what to do with.
Know all about. Here's the Deliciosis. I bookmarked to that. I also use Visualizes. Let's see if that's down there. UVW.
Oh, it's not there. The one thing we like and it's not there. Oh,
I have to say that.
I can't imagine out of all of these that we found one that isn't there. But
I know that.
Leave it to
only
us.
You guys could do that, but
I don't really have a need. You don't
I'd
need
like to file a complaint. Visualize isn't on here. Can you fix it, please?
One thing you do, I that with him.
We don't need that, Vicky. You don't have your husband add that.
Is that a need to have or a want to have?
it I'll just use it in my browser. I'll have a link up on my browser. We don't have to have that for here. But here's Caboodle even. I know a lot of people use Caboodle for digital
Caboodle.
scrapping. And
Isn't that
Curtsy.
caboodle like something you put your makeup in?
You don't know what Caboodle is?
No.
In the 80s.
I've heard of it. I've heard people mention it, but I don't have a clue what it is.
Caboodle.com. You go there and you can bookmark things that you want to buy but you don't want to buy right now, and that way you're able to go back and find them later. So
It's like a wish
Wow.
list.
Thank you for making me caboodle literate.
There you go. One thing I just wanted to mention with Blogger is, if you have a blog, then you can just upload whatever layouts that you have one time to Digiscrap Depot and then link them to your blog here.
oh, so
So it's a fast way to add them to your blog. It hosts pictures, right?
it hosts pictures. That is really cool.
Yeah, you host your picture at Digiscrap Depot, so you don't have to go to, what is that, Photobug or Flickr to load it up there when you can do it right here. Do you follow?
That's very cool. That's very generous of you to have that too.
Mm.
She's so giving, oh so giving.
One thing, you're fine. One thing, the thing about, do you see the thumbs up over your layout there?
Yes, I do. That's very cool right here.
Very important is that people like that, and then people who, just our visitors can like yours, and then, then it's very good for advertising where your work gets more exposure by people liking your work, right?
Right.
Yeah.
That is a really awesome feature. All of us complained when Facebook took away the what did the old button used to say?
Add to my favorite buddies or something like that.
I don't remember what it said, and now everything is like. They went to the universal like, and she has managed to put this in here. So this is a good way to communicate to all your friends in Facebook. Hey, this is a great freebie that I found. Very, very cool that that's added. Give your husband a big thumbs up, okay?
Yay for hubby! Woohoo!
Give her a
I'm giving him a standing ovation. You don't know if I'm really standing or not, but just pretend I am.
It says you can see your stats. You can see how many page views and how many click-throughs each freebie gets. Where do we see that?
Right, you just go to your.
I see it. Right
click on
here.
freebies. Click on the freebie tab.
It's right here, right next to my freebie.
If it would have been a snake, it would have bit you.
Views 195, click-throughs 84. But you have to remember, I only had this live for like 24 hours. So if I would have left this up here longer, I'm sure that the views and the click-throughs would have been a lot better. But I like that feature. I like being able to see where my traffic's coming from, and I can tell you that when I put things up here, I get a lot of traffic from it. This is definitely, Vicky is not recognized for the service to the digital scrapbooking community as much as I think that she should be.
Aw, thank you.
Okay, let's see what else we have. I think I skipped something.
One thing I just wanted to mention about the views and the click-throughs, that is that the views are how many page views that your freebie is getting. The click-throughs are when people actually click through on your picture to see more of it or to go to your blog where it actually is. And so you can see, if your work is popular, if the specific color you're working with is nice, or, you can track the trends in scrapbooking this way. if it's good or not, right? You can say, okay, am I going in the right direction? Am I not? Because you can see, okay, well, how popular is it getting on the click-throughs, or even just the views? Are people viewing it? You know, so you can use that to your advantage.
Because when you go out to the main area, let's just say, I'm trying to find one here, theme kit. I wanted one where it has the main previews. The thumbnails are much smaller. And so you have to remember that when people are going and scrolling down here, they're going to click on the ones that are attractive to them. And you may have one of the most awesome freebies here, but if your preview is not attractive even in the small format, you know, you're going to learn now by those statistics, maybe some changes even in just your previews that you might want to make.
Right, exactly. Let's see.
It says designer badge under your avatar.
Let's look at that.
Is that?
I'm just surfing there. Yeah, on mine it says, for example, if you click on my name, Vicky.
Where's your name?
Let's see. Where is mine? You can run a search. Oh no, you cannot. It says post. Okay, take any user. Go click on any freebie.
Okay, here's one called Perfect Day, and then click on Kim Bob.
Right. Click on her name.
There we go. Oh, we met
Right.
Kim B was in our chat a few times ago live.
Okay. She's awesome.
And so this is the designer badge you have now under the name where it says designer right here.
Correct. If you look up at the little picture and there's an avatar of whoever the designer is, as soon as you upload a freebie, you get a designer kind of badge or plaque underneath the name.
Right there.
Right. And if you go under the user profile on that designer, if you click on her name there, can you see that?
Right here. Click on her name.
Yeah, and then it goes into the designer's user profile.
And then user details here.
Mm-hmm. Then you can see all of her contributions, how many freebies she's added, how many gallery items, you know, how many challenges she's created, right? I mean, that's interesting.
Very interesting.
And where are they? Here, you can see what country they're from. That's fun.
Where's the country?
She didn't put it in there.
She didn't put it in there. So that's something that we'll want to go in and update.
Everybody needs to update their country and their user profile information.
So if I go in here, it shows me in the United States. And how do I change? Here's the edit. Hit the pencil. And I can edit mine to add where I live if you're comfortable. If not, just leave your country. Oh, I don't. My zip code even. And actually add my location. If you're comfortable. If you're not, we understand too. But I think everybody's at least comfortable enough adding their country in there. Let's see. Well, how do you add a freebie? Do you go to the freebie button?
Yep. You would just go to freebies. Let's see.
There we go. And scroll
Go to
down.
the page.
Well, if you click on freebies and then scroll down, it's the same place it was before.
Right.
And click on add freebie.
Right. So go ahead and try to add a freebie.
I don't have anything to add.
Yeah, just add something, you know.
Just click on it.
Nothing will be saved on this try, you know. Everything will be wiped clean when the site moves over. So anything, we're just having fun. Title test, description test.
Title.
Test, whatever you want, right?
She is typing up a storm. I'm hearing pounding in my ears. Oh my goodness.
Was it that loud?
In my ears, yeah. I've got a headset. I'm hearing boom, 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 boom. Whoa.
Okay, here you can add your link from Flickr, from Photo Bucket, anywhere.
Sweet.
So you don't need to know HTML to be able to paste the link in here. That's what I like it. It's user friendly.
And then, I don't know what we're gonna put it as. Words. Add freebie.
It does not matter because it will be deleted.
I didn't click the button. So what they're saying is you can go in here and play around, and if anybody's playing around now while we're talking, you can ask some questions here in the chat room.
Yeah, I'm just sitting waiting for questions to come. People are still having problems getting images to work, and like we explained already, it is a beta site, so things may not work as they should quite yet.
Images aren't listed in some of the browsers. But isn't it? Oh, I'm talking to my programming.
Yeah, see, mine's not going up. Oh, it's going, yeah, but just very slowly. Probably because I had a large image.
Right, it has to load.
There it goes. Oh, uh-oh, runtime error. We'll hit the back button.
Okay.
And so we add freebies, and if this, it might be working if he had more time to test everything out, but we're getting a very, very, very quick sneak peek, and we appreciate them having this for us to do. So we go to the front page.
Yes.
And 3 hot Digiscrap challenges. Newly added Digiscrap freebies. What else? Let me go back over here to our cheat sheet to look for the new things.
Let's go under challenges.
Under challenges.
Yeah, click on the challenges tab.
Okay.
And we're going to create a new challenge. So click on that, create challenge. Now, this is for any challenge that your design team is running to promote a kit. Okay, so you can just create any title, test challenge if you want.
Where do I type that? Challenge description?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't click on new challenge.
Oh, okay.
Oh, here, click on create challenge. I clicked on the challenge that was already there.
Okay.
I clicked on the wrong thing. Okay, the title, test challenge.
Right.
And
Testing.
Yay, let's have fun. That's our description. Will the winners get a prize? Of course, we like prizes. Does participation require a purchase? Nope. Where will people add entries? Well, we'll do it at Digiscrap Depot for this time. But it has a choice for an external site, and we'll do today. And will the challenge end? Sure.
There's a nice calendar where people can choose the date, the start date, and the end date, and the date that the person will be chosen for the winner.
We just click on there, and the calendar drops down. That's really cool. Your husband
Love
is so
it.
talented.
Well, that's an
And the winners will be announced on Tuesday. How's that? And then you can browse and get any graphics that you want. There's a large banner and a small banner.
We won't do that now, though.
And
you can choose colors. Try and click in the color palette. You can choose colors for your challenge. Look. Woo-hoo. How cool is that?
But down here is
Of course, you'd choose green.
She knows I like green. She has down here he has down here the RGB, so you're not stuck with the colors here to choose from. You can actually get them straight from in Photoshop. Like, let's say I do color. I have no idea what color this is going to come out to be, but let's just pretend 175 and 299. Let's see what we get. Oh, it didn't go. How do we get that to stay?
That's probably a bug.
That's probably a bug. Okay, so I'm gonna pick another color that she has here. Woohoo!
A darker green.
I got a pink in there.
Oh my
You
god,
all
I
have
think
to
that's
remember
paint.
this is not tested. We were the first ones testing the site, so all these little. That's a pretty color.
She added pink. I'm going to faint.
Love that.
And then you can add a freebie if you want. And
Try to add.
Oh, well, I hit go.
And in this case, honey, I'm sorry. In this case, you would add a sketch or what is it? A magazine article, anything that that you wanted to use as inspiration for the challenge.
And so here's my challenge, and then we have a challenge forum, so people can actually come here and post
Discussions about that challenge just created. So it's like a mini forum.
It's coming. Oops.
Yeah, it's a mini forum for your challenge.
Oh,
And I'm going to submit it. Woohoo! Okay, so we go back to test challenge. And how do I
Why don't you go? Okay, try to go to the challenge page, and then you would see challenges, and then it would update here all the new challenges.
I don't see my challenge.
No, but it should be there. It will come there.
And closed challenges will end up here.
Everything will, yeah, exactly. All your challenges will be on the front page. Just like freebies usually do, the current freebies, the freebies just last added, they would always be on the front page.
I think that's awesome because for me personally, I like going out and finding challenges that will inspire me to do a layout. So I think that's a great addition to this. Good idea, really good idea. And so here is going to be where the challenges are listed, and then since there's only one here, we only have one. But then newly added freebies are down here, so there's a whole bunch of them. So the challenges are going to be listed here, she says.
Yeah. On the front page, all the challenges will be, the hottest new challenges will be listed on the front page, along with the newly added freebies. If you go over to, let's see, the forum, and you click on, let's see, should we see?
I'm going back in here. It says here, your challenge has its own gallery where visitors can submit a challenge to the layout. So how do we do that? We have the forum. Oh, here, challenge entries.
Yeah.
And so we're going to be able to enter. I don't see a way to put them here. Oh, the next tab over, submit your entry.
Right, and then into challenge entries, that would be where they all showed up, right?
Right. So you enter it here, and then when you're done, they will all show up here.
Correct. And do challenge entries. It's pretty slick. Once you get to move around in the different tabs, you get to, there's a little rhythm in it.
Each challenge has a vote function. Allows people to vote on the winner for the best layout. So we can't really see that now because there's no entries in here.
Okay, Thomas is working on that for us now. We can go look over at the forum for a second.
Okay, forum.
And then announcements. And welcome chat users to the beta test. Click on that thread.
She's got my YouTube video up here.
Oh, I see that. Very cool.
Yeah, fun. So this is a cool part about the forum where, we're able to add YouTube links and discuss the pictures, anything you want to add in the forum, you're able to now.
That's really cool. We have an X up here for this image, but as we said, things are just now finding their way. So I can hit a reply and type in here. This is, whoops, I want to do so cool. And I see a link here with where you can insert a YouTube video. There's a quote. How about a cool smiley to go with my word cool? And then hit submit.
Yep. So I've added a freebie. Let's see. When you reply, you can actually, insert freebies.
You can?
Yeah.
Can I?
Absolutely. There's a little, can you see in your reply to post, there's a smiley, and then there's a guy with a balloon, and then that next picture, there's like a little tree. Click on that.
Hold on, I'm going back in. Little tree, yes.
Click on that, and hello, voila, all your freebies, all your gallery items come up, all your favorites.
Cool.
So you can set anything in that you want to talk about in the forum. You can set the size if you want it to be huge or dinky. It's totally up to you. I like large pictures.
Yeah, just
that's the way I roll.
I just changed it to large also. And so we're gonna click on this and insert this picture. And then I'm just gonna say that this is my grandpa, just so we have something out there, and hit submit. Oh, and see, it didn't quite work. I have an X, but this is going to be working. Her husband's awesome, and it will be working. What is this? The next part, it says a blog roll. Add your RSS feed to our blog roll.
Right. We will be unveiling a blog where you can insert your RSS feed, your blog's RSS feed, into our blog roll. And then it automatically gets updated. And anybody who's reading our blog, it's like a news feeder. Their blog will be, watched.
There was another site that did that. It was called, I'm opening up another tab, but it no longer is maintained to my knowledge, and I really missed it. It was called, I think, stuffdog.com.
What?
I'm going to this site now. There, just so they can see, since you haven't got yours active. This one was called Stuffed Duck. In case you, this is a bit of history for those who don't know all the history. Stuffed Duck scrapbooking blogs, and you had to actually write the person and ask them to be added. But you can see this is inactive since 2008. But at that time, it was like she said, a news feed. So when you scroll down, here's one that Donna Downey put in here, and then Elena, and it's actually coming straight from their blog. But as you scroll down, here's one from Allie Edwards. She was in here. And so this is what she's talking about. And then, hey, there's one from me.
Yay! We like you.
And Kathy Zaleski. And so she was selective and only added certain people. It was really cool. I enjoyed coming here and just scrolling through. And it was like one big collective spot for all the digital scrapbookers blogs where you could view them all at the same time. And what was fun with that was you were able to find blogs that you did not know about, find new blogs to follow. And so that's what she says she's going to be adding here, and I'm assuming that's going to be another tab at the top, right?
Yep, exactly.
Very, very cool.
Can I butt in for 1 second?
Uh-huh.
I have to leave now.
Oh, okay.
I have to go babysit. I'd much rather stay here, though.
Well, thanks for being here with us, Dawn. We always appreciate you being here.
I'm glad.
We'll see you next time, okay?
All right, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Then we already went over the form. I'm going over our list here to make sure we talked about everything. There's so many new things.
Yeah, there's a lot of new features.
What is this? Import a slideshow of your store items. So
yes.
In the forum, we can actually do a slideshow here.
No, that would be for a designer, that she would be able to insert a slideshow of her store items. I'm sorry. Yeah. Oh, okay. I'm getting confused. Sorry about that. Under the gallery, you would be able to insert a slideshow of all your gallery items, or whatever ones that you would like to choose.
From here, though, you have this under forum, under your notes, like these are new things to the forum.
Right.
And so is it this little tree icon again?
Those notes I'm referring to, those are in the gallery. That's not in the forum. That would be under the gallery.
Okay, where's the gallery at then?
Those under.
If you click up in the member page,
Up in the member page, right? And you have a gallery.
Okay, member page.
Then in here you'll be able to allow for a slideshow, like a scrapbook. So that'll be in here.
That'll be in here. That's cool.
Right. And one more thing I just wanted to talk about was on those tabs up there, one more tab that we're going to add is tutorial tabs. So everybody can link up the tutorials that they've created. Just like freebies that you've created, you can add your tutorials.
The tutorials are so hard to find. I think that's a great thing.
Yeah, it'll just widen and, I'm thinking broaden the site to where it's just not centered around freebies, but there's more to it. It gives more to the Digiscrapper.
And
so, Tammy, I know that you have a ton of tutorials. Maybe you'll be sweet enough to add one or two to our site.
Oh, well, any of them up on my YouTube, you're welcome to help me add. Can I say that? I will be glad to add them. Kayla asked me to add them to the to her site with the Digiscrap 101, which is not there, and I always said I would, but I always had trouble finding time to go back, but I certainly am more than happy to add any of those that I have up. I'm trying to get this to where you can see both of us now again. Hold on. Here we go. Uh-oh. I think we lost our view for a moment.
It's okay. But yeah, any kind of tutorials are great. We're looking for, it has to be Digiscrap related, but PSD tutorials, GIMP, whatever you want. I'm looking for Tagger tutorials. The newest thing I'm interested in, people are uploading these awesome layouts. How are people creating these layouts? They're awesome. I mean, there's just techniques I've never seen before in these magical layouts. And how are you creating these layouts? I'd love to see some tutorials around that. That really intrigued me. But getting people to do that, I know it takes time and effort, and it's tough. But that's one thing I'd like to see.
You have on this. Is the sound? I'm getting a feedback. Do you have your sound?
How's that?
Let me try. There we go. In your notes here, you say, ooh, I'm coming in again. I don't think it's me. There we go. You said current challenges, a Digiscrap Depot logo challenge.
Yeah, the first challenge we want to do is we need people to create us a logo.
That would be cool.
And we're not designers. We don't know how to draw, and we're interested in people creating logos for us. And so we'd like that to be the first challenge. Another challenge we're looking for is colors. What should our colors can be? We need help designing our site. So any kind of ideas, we're open to them, please.
Design a badge.
Yep, also badges. They're a little pixelated right now, but you're welcome to design us some badges and we'll take a look at them.
And you're also open to other ideas for the forum.
Yeah, any type of ideas that can make the website good is we're looking for them.
Let's open this up to those in the chat room. Anybody have any questions for Vicky? Surely there's some questions. There's some things you want to know more about Vicky?
I bored everybody to bits.
Christy says, Blinkies, banners, and badges, oh my.
Yes, we'll have to, everybody's welcome to make Blinkies. We don't have any Blinkies.
Cassie says most of the questions were answered as we went, so I guess we did a pretty good job. But what about some questions about Vicky personally? Do you want to know anything more about her? Like, Vicky, how long have you been scrapbooking, and how did you get into scrapbooking?
I believe I was just bored one day and just started collecting freebies. I didn't know what a freebie was and was just looking around on the internet and thought, oh, what is this? Designers are making these things, and how do I use them, and what are the words, and what are they called? And then I just got sucked into it. That was in 2007. So, and the site has been pretty successful.
Christy says she loves the new look of the site. When can we look forward to it going live?
Thanks, Christy. I'll just have to ask my programmer husband.
But, well, feature.
Dear husband says, what?
Within the next 2 weeks.
Within the next 2 weeks, we're live with the site.
Can we convince your dear husband to come over and wave in the camera for us?
Yes, we can.
Hi.
And what's your first name?
My name is Thomas.
Thomas. So we all have a lot to thank you for.
Okay, thanks.
You've done a lot to contribute to the digital scrapbooking community, and there's a lot of people out there that's been affected by your contributions more than you would ever know. So thanks for supporting your wife with your skills.
You're
Thanks,
welcome.
honey.
They say you make a cute couple.
Aw, thank you. Yeah, he's a sweetheart.
He
Sorry.
looks like a sweetheart.
Yeah, he's a sweet guy.
What kind of style do you scrap in?
Oh gosh,
I don't know as if I've ever seen any of your layouts. Are they up there at Digiscrap Depot right now?
yes, they are. I like to do 3D things, like things coming out of the picture frame. I think that's interesting. I have to shake it up a little bit when I'm doing a layout. It can't just be the 2D. It has to be something different going on also. Also, I like the challenge of creating my own freebies, but it takes too long. So while I'm now in nursing school, I also have 2 young children here at home, so I don't have tons of time to scrapbook like I would love to.
So how do you make time to scrapbook then?
I don't, but I make time to update DSD when as much as possible. So my scrapbooking time is now maintenance time.
I know.
And I enjoy looking at other people's layouts and rating them and writing comments. I love to write comments on people's layouts, and I love to look through the freebies people are adding and just admire them.
Any more questions coming from the chat room? Let me see. Does Vicky collect any freebies that are posted on DSD?
I'm a huge collector of CU freebies because I would like to. I use the CU freebies to get inspiration on things for my own items that I am thinking about making, and yeah, it just gives me inspiration. So I usually download the CU items.
And for those that don't know what CU items are, we don't want to assume everybody knows because we could have lots of new scrapbookers. CU items are commercial use items. They're items that you can use for personal use, or you can use to make something else to sell with. Just want to make sure we clarify for any new people. Any other questions before we go? It's already been an hour and 15 minutes, and I can think of a lot of questions to ask her, but I don't want the show to be too long. They're still talking about how cute your husband is. What is your favorite color scheme to design or scrap in?
Oh gosh.
Sandy asked that question.
Hi Sandy, thanks for asking that question. I really enjoy using contrasty and saturated colors. If I'm using any colors on my layouts, I crank up the saturation. I don't know if it's because there's something wrong with my eyes or I just love contrast. Yeah, any kind of black and white colors, and then maybe I'll do some masking in Photoshop and then crank up the saturation. I love that. So
Lynn wants to know if you have any favorite designers.
Oh, there's a lot. Well, definitely Kim B comes to mind. She's one of my favorite. Heather Manning. My gosh, I'm kind of drawing a blank right now. But those are 2 of my favorite ones. Terry Mayo. She's an old time friend. Awesome designer. Great at clustering freebies together.
Cassie mentions Sandy's question about the favorite color scheme, says it might help with the suggesting logos and colors for the site, because you said you wanted to have a competition, so they want to make it in colors you like, so we know heavily saturated colors.
it's not only my site, it's everybody's site. So I would say what's more appealing to visitors, what's appealing across the board. That's how I would go. That's a business decision. And I think whatever's current and Digiscrapping right now is what we're open to looking at.
Now I
Whatever
know.
whatever's hot.
Now I know you were talking some weeks back about charging for people to upload their freebies. Did you ever put that in place, or did you decide
That
against it?
that was an idea we were tossing around. We do have server costs. We have what I say 10 gigabytes of information we moved today on our site. It was pretty big. So we have to store that someplace online, and we have a server, and the server has costs. And so when we're just trying to find out, okay, what is a creative way that we can help cover our costs so we're not paying for this every time out of pocket. And sometimes we do that with advertising, banners. I'm very interested in selling space on the website if you guys want to do that. There's some new features, like for example, no advertising on the page, where you can subscribe to extra features that makes your experience more nicer. So that's maybe one thing we're looking at doing is subscription features, like different levels of subscription will get you extra access to features. For example, remove ads from the pages.
And Lisa says yes, banner advertising would be good again. Um, so you don't really you're not in it really to make money at the site. You just wanted to sustain itself right now.
Well, the first thing is that this is my baby. This is my heart, and we both have blood, sweat, and tears poured into this website, and we'd hate to just have it go down the tube. So we need to support the site, which is, the only way we can do that probably is with subscriptions. So designers will maybe need to contribute a small fee per year, like $10 maybe. We're tossing around. We're not quite sure on the exact fee, but it'll be completely free for visitors.
I think, yeah, you should have some way to support your costs and even to recoup for all the time you put into it. I think it's definitely reasonable to ask, for you to ask of other people. And all these years, you said 2007 was when you started it. So
Yeah.
so for all these years, they've been supporting this and contributing to the digital scrapbooking world, just out of the goodness of their heart. And I find there are so many people like you in the digital scrapbooking community that really make this community go round and really care about the community. I think that's great. Um, any more questions for Vicky?
We'll probably cover.
If not, we're gonna close. Wait a second to see if somebody's typing. The last call for questions.
I just want to say thank you, everybody, for turning out tonight and supporting us, and thank you for being longtime users of Digiscope Depot. And I know a lot of designers started on DSD uploading their work just as freebies, and then they made it big. And I think that I'm just grateful for everybody who's been using my site over the years, and I think I've come to know a lot of really nice people to this site. So that's what I'm thankful for.
Christy wants to know, did you have fun at this show?
Yes, I did. Hi, Christy. Thank you for coming.
Thank you all for coming and being here and asking questions. And thank you, Vicky. I really appreciate you coming and doing this. I think it's great to be able to see the person behind all of this. I know we've had chats online before through Facebook, and I've known your name, and I've known all about your site for a while. but it's so great to get to know you in person. So
Thanks.
that's
I
really
appreciate all
great.
the kind words, and around me and my husband, we both thank you. Thomas, do you want to say thank you?
Thank you.
He says thank you from his programming desk. And just thank you everybody for coming out today. I appreciate it.
And we're gonna say goodbye, and I'm gonna stop this recording. But if you want to chat a little bit more, we can. Whoops. Certainly do so. I have way too many things open. So I'm going to say goodbye for now. And oh, before I do, I forgot. I've got the next chat lined up. I know y'all want to know who's going to be next.
And the podcast.
Yes, that's right. Before we say goodbye, we have two things. Next, we want to tell you about the next chat is going to be July 23rd in the evening, and it's going to be Lena Brandenburg, and I believe it's her sister Tabitha Reed of Bella Gypsy Designs, and so that's who's going to be here next. And as Vicky mentioned, we also want to tell you about the podcasts. If you do not know, these shows are going up by podcast, and you can access them in your iTunes store. Download them to your iPhone and watch them wherever you're at. And I was so excited. I'd never done a podcast before, but I got two new podcasts, one for my church and one for this, started during the week. And so you can go right now and see all the previous episodes already, and hopefully I'll have this one up pretty soon too. And you can also, as always, go to digiscrapmap.com and see all of the past shows there. Lisa says, "Oh great, I just need to be on everyone's iPod." Lisa was at our last show, and she's laughing about how her face is now going to be on everybody's iPod everywhere.
And mine.
And Vicky's face
So
too.
Lisa, you're gonna be on my iPod. Yay!
So we're going to go ahead and say goodbye now, and we'll see you around on the 23rd of July. And please go and tell all of your designers about this and send them my way so we can get a whole bunch of more booked up. So, okay, bye now.